Welcome to BikesBoozeBigfoot. Extreme heat in the Badlands National Park, surviving 106 degrees on two wheels. Join us as we hit the open road on an unforgettable journey to Badlands National Park.
In July of 2024, we packed up our bikes and hit the road. Earlier in the year, we invested in a motorcycle trailer, and this would be our first big trip testing it out. We loaded our Supercubs onto the trailer, crossed the sprawling Great Plains, and ventured straight into the breathtaking landscapes of the Badlands.
We drove west toward Omaha, then headed north through the Loess Hills. Our route took us into South Dakota, where we were surprised to find the speed limit was 80 miles per hour. Turns out that was about the limit of what we were comfortable with going with the truck and trailer.
For hours, we cruised across the expanse of South Dakota, stopping occasionally to refuel and check the bikes. Driving through this state is truly scenic. There's a diverse range of landscapes, from rolling plains to striking geological formations. But keep in mind, there can be long stretches without towns or gas stations. If you're planning a similar drive, it's worth preparing for those gaps.
Welcome to the Great Plains,
A vast expanse of flatlands nestled just east of the majestic Rocky Mountains.
This region is a part of the Western Interior Plains, boasting diverse landscapes like the mixed grass prairie and the tallgrass prairie that stretches between the Great Lakes and the Appalachian Plateau.
Once, these plains were alive with the thundering hooves of enormous herds of American bison.
But during the mid to late 19th century, these magnificent creatures faced near extinction, forever changing the landscape and ecosystems of the Great Plains. After a full day on the road, we arrived in Wall, our base for exploring the area.
Okay, so we're looking for cabin 15 is where they're sticking us. There it is, cabin 15. Cabin 15. They said, poke in your phone number. So this is the nice little cabin we're going to be staying at for 4 nights. It's Wednesday, we leave Sunday. Oh, this is nice.
We were ready to stretch our legs, so we checked out the famous Wall Drug, a unique and iconic stop for travelers in South Dakota.
All right, we're here in Wall, South Dakota. We just got into our cabin. There's Crystal behind me, and now we're heading into the Wall Drug. Looks like first we're heading the Wall Drug backyard. And we're walking through a bank checkout. Nestled near the northern edge of the breathtaking Badlands, Wall boasts a personality that's larger than life.
Once known as the geographical center of nowhere, Wall has flipped the script, becoming a bustling hotspot for travelers. It's often called the window to the west, or the gateway to the Badlands, and for good reason.
But this just isn't a place to pass through. It's a destination packed with surprises.
At the heart of it all, the iconic Wall Drug Store. What started as a tiny pharmacy in 1931, right during the Great Depression, has grown into a massive roadside attraction that draws visitors from near and far.
All right, we've got the giant jackalope behind us. And let's not overlook the National Grasslands Visitor Center, located right here in Wall. It's the perfect spot to learn about the incredible landscapes surrounding the charming town.
So whether you're gearing up for an epic journey through the Badlands or just want to soak in some classic Americana at Wall Drug, this town is ready to welcome you with open arms. We're here at Wall Drug, and we're just walking around and looking out at the sights, taking some pictures and doing a little vlogging, and a lot of jackalopes everywhere, and Bigfoot. I almost bought a hat with a jackalope on it, but I talked myself out of it. So here we are. Very cool, and Ben's with his camera. So it's about 104 out right now. We're headed back to the truck to unpack the rest of our stuff at Hanson's Cabins. So I'll probably buy a tank top there for myself. And we're just headed back. That's really all that's happening. It's really hot out and I'm sweating.
All right, day 1 is done. We made it to Wall, South Dakota, saw Wall Drug, saw, 500 signs for Wall Drug. So that's kind of where we're at. We did trailer our SuperCubs today, so we got a trailer back in, I think it was March or April. This is really the first time we've used it with bikes on it. I've been kind of working and switching some jobs, so haven't had much PTO to go do that. So we drove the truck. It did just fine as far as I'm concerned. A little bumpy. Could use some new shocks, maybe, or different shocks is maybe the better term, but we made it to Wall, South Dakota. The next morning, we unloaded the bikes and headed straight into Badlands National Park. The scenery here is surreal, almost otherworldly, with rugged rock formations, deep canyons, and layered colors across the landscape.
From towering rock formations to endless prairies, this stunning destination promises unforgettable sights and heart-pounding experiences.
Okay, everybody, we're out here on SuperCubs in the Badlands, so welcome to the Badlands.
This unique landscape showcases dry terrain sculpted by the erosion of softer sedimentary rocks and a clay-rich soil. Just outside the east entrance to the park is the Minuteman Missile Historic Site. During the Cold War, the Great Plains were home to a hidden arsenal of nuclear missiles, with 1,000 missiles in a constant alert. Hundreds remain in place today as part of a nuclear deterrent strategy to maintain peace and prevent war. The Minuteman missile is a symbol of that era and a reminder of its legacy.
Hey, we're at the Minuteman Missile National Historic Site. We spent the morning kind of unloading the bikes, and then we rode through the Badlands Loop, paid our $25 for each bike for the week, and we ended up riding a little bit of off-road, so they're no longer the normal colors. They're like gray bikes now, so the dark Cub is now the gray Cub. So, when we're here, we're going to check out the National Historic Site for the Minuteman missiles, so should be pretty interesting.
Hey Ben, why did the missile break up with his girlfriend?
I don't know, why?
He couldn't handle the long-distance relationship. So we just went through the Badlands and got to the Minuteman Missile National Historic Site, and it wasn't very big, but it was pretty interesting, a lot of information in there. And we were able to stop and get a little bit of water. Ben bought some trinkets from there. Pretty cool.
Yep. Kind of tied into when we had, we visited the National Nuclear Museum in New Mexico. Kind of really tied in with a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, and then came back before it got too hot. It was only 98 when we got back. It's supposed to be 107. So we're just hiding inside for now.
Yeah, but we survived on the Cubs, 100 degrees on the Cubs.
Yeah, it was getting pretty hot. And we didn't wear all of our gear, just helmets and gloves. So we would have been a lot warmer if we wore everything. So we made it back. And it's a little windy outside, it looks like. What do you call a missile that won't stop telling jokes?
I don't know. What?
A bombshell comedian.
Bombshell comedian. The following day, we returned to Badlands National Park. While you could see the park in a single day, we wanted to take our time, really enjoy it, and explore at a leisurely pace. Here, steep slopes, sparse vegetation, and a web of drainage create a stunning tableau of ravines, gullies, butts, and hoodoos, each telling the story of nature's artistry.
Badlands can be found on every continent except Antarctica, thriving in areas where unconsolidated sediments exist. They're often challenging to navigate and unsuitable for farming.
While most formations result from natural processes, human activities like overgrazing and pollution have created what we call anthropogenic badlands.
The rugged beauty of the Badlands draws visitors from around the globe to the national park in South Dakota, where some of the richest fossil beds on the planet await.
Okay, we're back at the Badlands today. It's Friday. We're here. I'm kind of checking it out. This is the Pinnacles Overlook. So just here, it's scenic. It's kind of odd. Just talked to a guy. I think they were riding a Harley, but it's like all this prairie grass and then just a canyon. It's got this canyon and it's just trees growing out of this canyon. Once home to ancient horses and rhinos, this park now protects 244,000 acres of vibrant mixed grass prairie teeming with bison, bighorn sheep, prairie dogs, and black-footed ferrets.
The Lakota people were the first to call this land Makosika, which means Badlands.
Extreme temperatures, scarce water, and the rugged terrain inspired this name, while French-Canadian fur trappers dubbed it Badlands to travel through. Okay, this is the Yellow Mounds Overlook. Some very yellow mounds, believe it or not. It's kind of like prairie mixed with Grand Canyon or something. Yeah, and behind me I've got the Yellow Mounds. I guess beware of the rattlesnakes. I better not get bit by one. I'd be so mad.
Hello. We stopped at the visitor center to just take a break and have some water. It's only about 90 out. Yesterday it was 106. So it's a lot lighter today. I have my sun shirts on this week, and they are amazing. Haven't gotten sunburnt yet, and they're long sleeves, so they're lightweight. And I think we're going to head over to the Prairie Dog, which is 60 feet tall, I think they said. So I'll get pictures of that, and we'll see what that's all about. It's interesting because it look like they feed the prairie dogs, but on the way into the park it says don't touch the prairie dogs or go near them because they have the plague.
So we kind of rode down on our Supercubs this morning, and I guess that's really kind of the song and dance. But yeah, we rode down here. It's like just a nice scenic ride so far. However, it did reach 106 degrees Fahrenheit in the afternoon. A reminder to check on the weather before you go and plan accordingly. Beware the rattlesnakes. Hey, we're at another scenic overlook here in the Badlands. I checked out whatever this is. Just at a glance before as I'm seeing it here. Damn. So this is kind of the prairie Badlands. We're here at the Homestead Overlook. Imagine being a young Laura Ingalls Wilder seeing this. Or perhaps being a young Bunny Lebowski yearning for your home on the homestead. And then across the street, we've got the Salty Steer. Looks fancy. They're open.
With temperatures soaring and no way to carry a large supply of water on the Supercubs, we decided to head back into town to grab lunch and explore Wall a little more. That's when we encountered the quirky dinosaur statue just off the highway, a fun roadside attraction. So whether you're just passing through or planning a visit, make sure to stop by and say hello to this giant icon of the prairie.
So I don't know how well this video is going to show, but we're right off the train tracks, and they're not super busy, but what I've seen is it's like where they do maintenance or repairs to these or something. So trains, and they've had like some machinery that wasn't like a train, it was like a tractor with wheels that fit over the tracks. I'm not sure, but they'll just kind of pull those in and out during the day and then stop at like 5 o'clock at night. So, hey everybody, this is our last day in Wall, South Dakota. Been riding the Badlands. I think we've ridden it kind of back and forth 3, maybe 4 times. It's 35, 40 miles one way. So we put on about 300 miles on our SuperCub so far. Overall, it's been hot, but we did survive 104 degrees in the Badlands.
You meet the nicest people on a Honda.
Let's talk about the legendary Honda SuperCub, a machine that's been in continuous production since 1958.
With over 100 million units produced, it's the most manufactured motor vehicle in history.
Absolutely. The SuperCub revolutionized the motorcycle world in the U.S. thanks in part to its iconic advertising campaign.
Who could forget the slogan, "You meet the nicest people on a Honda"? It's transformed Honda's image and changed American attitudes towards motorcycling.
When it comes to fun on 2 wheels, these SuperCubs are giants in their own right. Overall, the SuperCubs worked out really well. Kind of the perfect bike to ride around the Badlands. So that was pretty fun. Speed limit's like 45 miles an hour. The Cubs really just kind of sing along at 45. Only thing I'd probably change is if they were a little bit cooler, maybe an oil pump in there, or get something to keep them a little cooler. I did have some problems with my backpack. It's heavy, so the amount of equipment and everything to film and take pictures and really create content, so to speak, it's just a lot of stuff. I'm still, even like I'm using ND filters now. We'll see if you've seen some of our other videos. Let us know in the comments if this looks any more cinematic. Trying to apply some different techniques filming wise to make our videos look a little more appealing. The ND filters is one of them. So trying that out across the board.
Hello, so we're back. This is our final day here. We rode back in the Badlands and went onto Bigfoot Road and Bigfoot Viewpoint, which is more for the Native American who is part of Wounded Knee, not actually Bigfoot the cryptid. Today I put on sunscreen on my face and got sunburnt. Yesterday I didn't put sunscreen on my face and didn't get sunburnt, so I'm not sure why that happened. And then, of course, the Cubs are behind us. We did trailer them up, so we'll be going back tomorrow. We'll be putting them back on the trailer tonight. And I came back and I took a short nap. I was a little zapped from the sun, I think. It was quite a bit, it was less windy than it was yesterday, but it did start to pick up as we left. And did get to go get some homemade ice cream, as they say, here in Wall, and it was very good. Went for another walk, and we'll probably just hang out inside for the rest of the afternoon since it's supposed to be in the upper 90s today.
We're kind of wrapping up the day, so I'm having my Crow's Peak Summer Ale. It's okay, it's a little bit hoppy. Was hoping for something a little bit lighter and crisper, but it'll do. It's local, made in Spearfish, wherever that is. So trying to have a craft beer, local to our area. So once again, doing that. After cooling off with some cold beers and waiting for the sun to ease up, we loaded the bikes back onto the trailer, ready to make the journey home. A route took us back across South Dakota's Great Plains, down through the Les Hills in Iowa, and along the windmill-dotted I-80.
Overall, it was a great test run for trailering our bikes. The SuperCubs turned out to be the perfect vehicles for the park, giving us the freedom to explore with ease. And with rain pouring down for the entire drive back, we were glad to be inside the truck.
It was an unforgettable trip, and we're already looking forward to the next adventure. Thank you everyone that watched this far into the video.
Keep the rubber side down, stay safe out there, and until the next twist in the road, ride on.